Earthquakes aren't usually top of mind for us until they happen. It can be awfully unsettling when they do. 7 Weather Chief Meteorologist Christy Henderson shows us what scientists are using to learn more about when the next big earthquake might hit.
I woke my son up and I said, Jarvis, you heard that? He said, yeah, Ma, that's another earthquake.
While most Carolina earthquakes are weak and just a topic of conversation, there have been a few strong quakes like Charleston in 1886 and the magnitude 5.5 in Union back in 1913. These form the benchmark for what could happen again. But when? Derek Becker with the South Carolina Emergency Management Division says the state is always working to be prepared.
Sure. Unlike a hurricane, earthquakes can't be predicted. So a lot of what our planning involves is how do we immediately or as fast as possible restore communications to an affected area? How do we evaluate the infrastructure like the bridges and buildings that could be used as shelters? And how can we get relief aid into an area that is severely damaged by an earthquake?
So this is what we're
Despite the unpredictability of earthquakes, geophysicist Dr. Pradeep Talwani says there is a way to help engineers design buildings better.
We use paleoliquefaction as an asset to figure out the repeatability of earthquakes.
Liquefaction happens when shaking ground causes it to become a liquid. It's like quicksand. It can destabilize buildings, causing them to sink, and also compromise important structures like dams.
High pressure can then build underground and can cause an explosion of sand called a sand blow. Just as Arctic climatologists can look at past events using ice cores, Dr. Talwani and his colleagues look at sand blows from prehistoric earthquakes to know how strong they were and when they happened.
When they are building a critical facility like a nuclear plant or the Cooper River Bridge, they want to know what magnitude earthquake do we design it for, and how often do we get.
One critical structure for the upstate is the Jocassee Dam, and Duke Energy is always on standby to make sure it stays strong.
One of the unique things about Jocassee, Keowee, and Bad Creek, which are in this area, is that they're staffed 24/7. So our folks, if there is a felt seismic event, they're staffed 24/7. They'll feel that, and that will trigger an inspection.
Thanks to groundbreaking research of ground shaking in the past, we can be better prepared to withstand the next earthquake, especially in the low country, faults and all. In Spartanburg, Chief Meteorologist Christy Henderson, 7 News.
Learned a lot with that, didn't we? It's not just earthquakes that trigger a Jocassee Dam inspection. If more than 2 inches of rain falls, engineers go out to check it to make sure it hasn't been compromised. Let's bring in the Chief Meteorologist, Christy Henderson, now. It's interesting you mentioned 2 inches of rain. We're maybe getting close to that over the next 48 hours.
Yeah, I know. We've got several systems that are going to move through, so it's amazing the inspections that they do on those dams, that the federal inspection, state, Duke Energy, and then when rainfall can trigger.
It'd be catastrophic if anything happened to that.
It would. So, and that's why he said they're there 24/7. So it's really important. Earthquake, rain, whatever it is, they're keeping an eye on it.